The National Bible Quiz and Sweet Music in partnership with Sunny TV, Sunny FM and Bible Society of Ghana present the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship. Come watch 27 churches from 3 universities battle their way through the quarterfinals, semi-finals and grand finale for the ultimate biblical scholarship and trophy. Who wins the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship? Date Monday 4th to Saturday 9th September 2023. Venue Cathedral Conference Room, University of Ghana. Come cheer your church to victory.
Hello and welcome to the quarterfinals of the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship, proudly brought to you by the National Bible Quiz Project in partnership with the Bible Society of Ghana, Sweet Music Pro Audio and Sunny TV. This is the third quarterfinal of the season and is between Christ Apostolic Students and Associates CASA from the University of Cape Coast, Ghana, Ghana Methodist Students Union GHAMSU from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and the Assemblies of God Campus Ministry AGCM from the University of Ghana. Before we begin the contest, I would like to acknowledge Sweet Music Pro Audio, Ghana's leading musical instrument store, Vessel Reinsurance Brokers, and the 75th Anniversary Secretariat of the University of Ghana. We have another exciting contest before us. I would want you to share the link on all your social media handles. Let's gather around and have an intriguing journey in the scriptures. Let's meet our contestants. So from CASA UCC, we have
Eugeniama. Noah
and Eugene. From GHAMSU KNUST, we have
Abinati Wamenyampo.
From AGCM LEGON, we have
Precious Jifakra. Idite Champo.
Amazing. Good to have you all. Let me quickly find out, how has the preparation been? Let me start with our ladies. And what are your expectations?
The preparation so far has been okay. We are learning new things and we are hoping for the best. It's our hope and prayer that in the end everything will be to the glory of God.
Everything will be to the glory of God. That's amazing. GHAMSU.
The little I can say is that my sufficiency is of God, and at the end of the day, what we all say is that, or the best of it all is that God is with us.
God is with us. God is with us. Okay. CASA.
Paul says that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So now we are waiting for the will of God to prevail.
Amazing comments from our contestants. My name is Believe Esite and I'm your quiz mistress. To the contestants, this contest will come to you in 5 rounds. Round 1, here are the rules. Most questions in this round require simple, straightforward answers. Some questions may require some explanations or more detailed answers. You have 10 seconds to answer your major question, and your answer must be one attempt only, meaning that you cannot start one answer and change it to a different answer. If a team fails to answer their main question, I may pass the question on for a bonus to the next team. The first team to ring their bell will have the opportunity to answer. Let's hear the bells of each team. CASA UCC. Thank you. GHAMSU. Great. AGCM. Great. Please note, a correct answer to a main question is worth 3 points. A correct answer to a bonus question is worth 1 point. A wrong answer to a bonus question will cost you a deduction of 1 point. Remember that your answers are expected to be accurate and precise. Best wishes to you all. The first set of questions. Preamble to all teams. On 2 different occasions in the gospel, Jesus fed multitudes. CASA UCC. Mention any 3 similarities you can find between the 2 events.
So the first similarity is that it include male and female, and then the second one it's
Okay, I'm sorry, I will not take that. GHAMSU KNUST. Mention any 2 differences you can find between the 2 events.
Okay, so with the account of the 5,000, Jesus fed the multitude with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. But with the 4,000, he fed them with 7 loaves with few little fishes, some fishes. Also, with the account of the 5,000, it's recorded in all the Gospels. But with the accounts of the 4,000, it's recorded in only Luke. It's recorded in Luke, Mark, and Matthew.
I'll give 2 points. AGCM. Mention 2 other differences that hasn't been mentioned.
In the account of the 5,000, there were 12 baskets of leftovers. And in the account of the 4,000, there were 7 baskets of leftovers. In the account of the 5,000, he fed them with 2 fishes, and 4,000 few fishes. With 5,000, there were 5,000 men counted without children and women, but with 4,000, there were 4,000 people in total.
4,000 what?
People in total.
Okay, so I'll give 2 points. 2 points. So in GHAMSU's answer, your answer was right with the exception of the introduction of Luke. So the 4,000 is recorded in Matthew and Mark only, not in Luke. And with AGCM, you mentioned a point that GHAMSU had already mentioned. Yeah. So the similarities. Both events involved bread. Both events involved fish. And then both events had leftovers. The next set of questions. CASA, where exactly did Abraham settle after Lot departed from him?
Mamre in Hebrew.
That's correct. GHAMSU. What is the name of the location of the battle of 4 kings against 5 recorded in the book of Genesis?
Anon. Anon.
That's incorrect. Bonus. AGCM.
They fought in the valley near the Sea of Salt.
That's correct. AGCM, your major question. What key description did the Bible give the floor of the valley of Siddim?
It was near the Sea of Salt or the Sea of Death.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay.
Slim pit.
Sorry?
Slim pit.
That's correct. Okay. The next set of questions. Preamble to all teams. I am going to read some portions of the Bible, and you are to tell me which book and chapter I am reading from. Verses are not required. Book and chapter are enough. CASA. Oh, that my words were written. Oh, that they were inscribed in a book. For I know that my Redeemer lives, and he shall stand at last on the earth.
Hebrews.
That's incorrect. Bonus. Okay. GHAMSU. A wise king sifts out the wicked and brings the threshing wheel over them. The spirit of a man is the lamp of the Lord, searching all the inner depths of his heart.
The chapter is, the book is Job, and the chapter is 45.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. AGCM. I said, age should speak, and multitude of years should teach wisdom. But there is a spirit in man, and the breath of the Almighty gives him understanding. Great men are not always wise, nor do the aged always understand justice.
Job 34.
Job is 1 mark, but the chapter was incorrect. So the chapter is 32 instead, not 34. And then with CASA's own, the answer is Job 19, not Hebrews. And then with GHAMSU, the chapter and the book is Proverbs 20. The next set of questions. In Romans chapter 1, CASA, Paul talked about a generation who were given up by God to practice the uncleanness and the abominable desires of their hearts with their bodies. Mention any 3 descriptions Paul gave of this generation, which brought them to the point where God gave them over.
So please, what some of the descriptions are that they make, like they avail themselves for prostitution. Then also they put on themselves things that are not supposed to be put, like tattoos and stuff.
I'm sorry, I will not accept that. Bonus. Okay, I'll come back to that. GHAMSU. In 1 Corinthians chapter 2, Paul described in a number of ways the kind of preaching he employed so that his hearers would have their faith established in the power of God and not the wisdom of men. Mention any 3 descriptions he gave of that kind of preaching.
So he said that he doesn't preach to them with so many knowledge or so many words, and with words of simplicity. And he also said that he said that he preaches to them he doesn't preach them with so many words, and he also doesn't preach to them with words of so many intelligence, like so many intelligence. And he said that he employs words of simplicity.
1 point. AGCM. With reference to Galatians chapter 4, explain what happens to an heir in Christ who is still a child.
An heir in Christ who is still a child is under tutors till he grows up, and then when he grows up, before he takes the inheritance.
I'm sorry, I'll not accept that. Bonus. Okay, CASA.
So please, he said that the person is still a baby, for he has not matured in the word.
No, I'm sorry. So, the right answers. For CASA's question, any 3 descriptions Paul gave of the generation which brought them to the point where God gave them up? The answers: when they knew God, they did not glorify him as God. They were also unthankful. They became futile in their thoughts, and their foolish hearts were darkened. They were professing to be wise, but they became fools. And then with GHAMSU's question, they had one answer right, which was he did not use excellence of speech or wisdom in declaring to them the testimony of God. They could have also said he determined not to know anything among them except Jesus Christ and him crucified. He was with them in weakness, in fear, and in much trembling. And then also his speech and his preaching were not with persuasive words of human wisdom, but in the demonstration of spirit and power. With AGCM's question, the answer is so long as he remains a child, he will not suffer from a slave, although he is a master of all. The next set of questions. CASA, what is the parable of the barren fig tree?
So please, the parable of the barren fig tree, that's where Jesus said that he said the kingdom of God is like.
When Jesus was going somewhere, and he saw the fig tree, but the fig tree was with many leaves, so he thought there is food or fruit inside. When he went there, there was nothing like that, and then he cursed the fig tree that it won't produce anything again.
I'm sorry, that's not true. GHAMSU.
Okay, so the parable of the barren fig tree. So Jesus was talking to his disciples, and he said that there was a man who planted a fig tree, and he came to check every time for 3 whole years to see if the fig tree has bore any fruit. But when he came, there was no fruit on the fig tree. So when he wanted to cast it down and put it into fire, the keeper of the vineyard said that he should wait until another season, so that they'll come and check if there's any fruit on it. So he didn't cut it down.
That's very detailed and correct. GHAMSU, your question. What is the parable of the 2 debtors?
Okay, so the parable of the two debtors is likened to when one owed a rich man, and the rich man like he pleaded like for like that his debts be cleared.
So the parable of the two debtors were that two servants were owing their masters an amount of money, and one servant's amount that he was owing the master was bigger than the smaller one. So when they came, they couldn't pay. They pleaded with the master, and the master forgave them. And Jesus asked his disciples that among these two servants that the master forgave them, who will love the master more? And they replied that the one that his debts was bigger, and then he was forgiven.
That's correct. AGCM, what is the parable of the Pharisee and the tax collector?
So the parable of the Pharisee and tax collector was that there was a Pharisee and a tax collector who went to a synagogue to pray. So the tax collector stood afar from the sanctuary and prayed in his heart that he has sinned, so God should forgive him his sins. But then the Pharisee stood boldly and said that he is not like and prayed that he is not like the tax collector. He paid his tithes, and then he fasted twice every week. So Jesus compared them and said that the two of them, God would rather hear the tax collector than the Pharisee, because he who humbles himself will be exalted, but he who exalts himself will be humbled.
That's correct and very detailed. The next set of questions. CASA, at what point did John, also called Mark, join Paul and Barnabas?
Please, on their journey to Antioch, on their mission in Antioch.
Okay, that's correct. GHAMSU, at which place did John Mark depart Paul and Barnabas?
Perga in Pamphylia.
That's correct. AGCM, at which place did Paul and Barnabas separate company because of a division over John Mark?
Macedonia.
GHAMSU,
It was at Pamphylia.
that's incorrect. So the right answer is Antioch. The next set of questions. This preamble is to all of you. In Numbers chapter 1, the Lord instructed the people of Israel to take a census. CASA, mention 3 qualifications that were required for anyone to be part of the census.
He said, 1, it should be a male. 2, it should be someone who will be able to go to war. And then 3, it should be 20 years and above.
That's correct. Okay, GHAMSU, with reference to the date Israel left Egypt on the Exodus, state the exact date on which this census took place.
Okay, so it was on the first day of the second month in the second year from Egypt.
Wow, that's correct. AGCM, mention the names of the 3 tribes which had the highest numbers after the census.
Judah, Simon, Reuben.
I'll give 2 points. So the last one was Dan. Yeah, not Reuben. All right, the next set. CASA. Aside from the blood, which parts of a bird being offered as a burnt offering were excluded from the burning on the altar?
Okay, so that is the kid, the body.
Incorrect. GHAMSU.
With regards to the bed, the feathers and the crop are not bent, but they are thrown at the side of the
That's correct. GHAMSU, your question. Which portions of the animal of the peace offering was given to the priest?
Okay, so with regards to the priest, the fat goes to the priest because it burns as sweet aroma to the priest, and the blood is also taken into the sanctuary because the life of the animal is in the blood and it cannot be burnt.
Incorrect. Okay. AGCM. Apart from birds, mention 3 animals that could be offered in a trespass or guilt offering.
Young pigeons, turtle doves, and a lamb.
I'm sorry. Yeah, GHAMSU.
Okay, so with the trespass offering, it's possible to offer a female goat, and it's also possible to offer a female goat, and it's also possible to offer a female lamb, and it's also possible to offer a bull if it's possible for you to.
I'm sorry. To GHAMSU's question. The portions of the animal of the peace offering that was given to the priest were the breast and the right thigh or right shoulder. And to AGCM's question, the 3 animals are a female sheep, a female goat, a ram, or a male sheep. Preamble to all teams. The following passage is an extract from Judges chapter 6. Fill in the blank spaces to complete the passage. CASA. Now the dash came and sat under the terebinth tree which was in Dash, which belonged to Joash the Abishite, while his son Gideon threshed wheat in the winepress in order to hide it from the dash.
The place that he sat was east of Eden.
Okay, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. GHAMSU. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said to him, Dash. Gideon said to him, "O my Lord, if the Lord is with us, why then has all this happened to us? And where are Dash, saying, Dash? But now the Lord has forsaken us and delivered us into the hands of the Midianites."
So we have the angel of the Lord said to him, "O mighty man of valor, thou art favored." And where are the promises of the Lord that said, "I will make my people inherit the land he promised our fathers"?
I'll give 1 point. AGCM. Then the Lord turned to him and said, dash, and you shall save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Dash. So he said to him, O my Lord, how can I save Israel? Indeed, my clan is the dash, and I am the least in my father's house.
And you shall save Israel from the Midianites who oppress you. And then my clan is the smallest of Benjamin.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. CASA's question. Now the angel of the Lord came and sat under the terebinth tree which was in Ophrah, which belonged to Joash the Abishite, while his son Gideon threshed wheat in the winepress in order to hide it from the Midianites. GHAMSU's question. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said to him, the Lord is with you, you mighty man of valor. They had that correct. Gideon said to him, O my Lord, if the Lord is with us, why then has all this happened to us? And where are all his miracles which our fathers told us about, saying, did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt? But now the Lord has forsaken us and delivered us into the hands of the Midianites. AGCM's question. Then the Lord turned to him and said, go in this might of yours, and you shall save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have I not sent you? So he said to him, O my Lord, how can I save Israel? Indeed, my clan is the weakest in Manasseh, not Benjamin, and I am the least in my father's house. The next set of questions. CASA. In the first war during the days of Samuel, the Philistines got a sweet victory over Israel. Mention any 3 highlights of their victory. Bonus. Okay. GHAMSU. Indicate the following about Eli at the time he heard of the death of his sons. A. His physical condition. B. His physical position. And C. His age.
Okay, so about his physical condition, he was blind, and his age was 98 years old, and with a position.
So with his position at that time, he was seated on a chair, like seated on a seat. So when he heard it, he fell backward and it broke his neck.
Okay, I'll give 2 points. AGCM. How exactly did Prophet Eli die?
So he fell from his seat and then had his neck hit the ground and broke his spine.
Come again. You said he broke his what?
His spine, the back.
Okay. GHAMSU.
Okay, so when he heard of it, like he fell backwards from his seat and he broke his neck.
That's correct. The last set for this round. CASA. In the space of 40 seconds, quote in full 2 verses each from Deuteronomy, Romans, and 1 Thessalonians.
For Roman 3:16. Sorry. Romans 3:23. He said, For the wages of sin is death, but the free gift of God is eternal life. Romans 6:23.
For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God.
Which of them?
Romans 6:23. For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God.
Okay, I'm sorry, you mixed them up. Yeah. So GHAMSU, in the space of 40 seconds, quote in full 2 verses each from Joshua, Judges, and 1 Corinthians.
Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. This book of the Lord shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night. Joshua chapter 1 verse 9. But be strong and courageous. Only be strong and courageous.
Okay, so Judges chapter 6 verse 1. After the death of Ehud, the Israelites sinned against the Lord. They turned to other gods. In 1 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 1, remember, 1 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 1. Now they have diverse. 1 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 1. There are diverse giftings. There are diverse giftings in the ministry according to what the Lord has given them.
1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 1. But if I speak with the tongues of angels and I have no life, I'm like a sounding cymbal. I'm like a sounding cymbal.
Okay, so 2 points. AGCM. In the space of 40 seconds, quote in full 2 verses from Ruth, 1 Samuel, and 2 Corinthians.
Ruth chapter 1 verse 3. And Elimelech, the husband of Naomi, died, and she was left with her 2 sons. Ruth chapter 1 verse 5. And both Mahlon and Chilion died, and the woman survived both her sons and her husband. First Samuel chapter 1 verse 14. And Eli said to her, How long would you be drunk? Put the wine away from you. 1 Samuel chapter 1 verse 15. And she said, I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but I am a troubled heart, pouring my sorrows out to the Lord. 2 Corinthians 13:14. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the sweet fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you all.
Okay, so I'll give 2 points. That brings us to the end of round 1.
The National Bible Quiz and Sweet Music in partnership with Sunny TV, Sunny FM and Bible Society of Ghana present the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship. Come watch 27 churches from 3 universities battle their way through the quarterfinals, semifinals and grand finale for the ultimate biblical scholarship and trophy. Who wins the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship? Date Monday 4th to Saturday 9th September 2023. Venue Kofidra Conference Room, University of Ghana. Come cheer your church to victory.
Welcome to Sweet Music, your home of original musical instruments at the most affordable prices. Drum sets, keyboards, pianos, bass and guitar.
The National Bible Quiz and Sweet Music in partnership with Sunny TV, Sunny FM and Bible Society of Ghana present the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship. Come watch 27 churches from 3 universities battle their way through the quarterfinals, semifinals and grand finale for the ultimate biblical scholarship and trophy. Who wins the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship? Date Monday 4th to Saturday 9th September 2023. Venue Kofidra Conference Room, University of Ghana. Come cheer your church to victory.
So at the end of round 1, CASA accumulated 9 points. AGCM accumulated 12 points. GHAMSU accumulated 17 points. The second round. This is the speed race. Every question goes to all teams. And each team must race to be the first to answer. If you believe you have an answer, you must ring the bell to be called. Let's hear each team's bell. GHAMSU, AGCM. Great. By the time you ring the bell, you must be ready with your answer. Else, the next team to have rung will be given the opportunity to answer. For every question, the first to ring the bell who gets it right earns 3 points. If the first to ring gets it wrong, the second to ring who gets it right earns 2 points. If the first 2 teams get it wrong, the third team, if they rang and got it right, will earn 1 point. For every incorrect answer given after ringing, you will earn a deduction of 1 point. A team is not obliged to ring the bell and answer if they are not sure of their answer. This is the speed race. Your answers must be ready when you ring the bell, and they must be straight to the point. Best wishes to you all. The first question. One of the wells dug by Abraham was seized by Abimelech's people. How did Abraham establish his witness that he was the one who dug the well? CASA.
He gave 7 oil lamps to Abimelech, which shows that he is the one who dug it. He gave it to him and he told him to take it from his hand as a witness that he dug it.
That's correct. The next question. The angel that appeared to Mary concerning the conception of Jesus gave 4 names of the child that Mary was. CASA.
The Holy One, Jesus, Son of the Highest.
That's correct. The next question. Explain why Boaz favored Ruth in many ways the first time he met Ruth in his field. AGCM.
Because of the favor he did to her, or she gave to her mother-in-law, and because she was hardworking, and also because she did not associate.
Because she did not choose to go for younger men and richer men.
GHAMSU.
Okay, so Boaz has learned of all the days of Ruth, how she left her nation and her goals to come to an unknown nation, and also he learned that she was a virtuous woman, and also she chose not to follow that of the young man, but she.
That is not very precise. This is it. It had been fully reported to him. all that Ruth did for her mother-in-law since the death of her husband, and how she left her father and mother in the land of her birth to come to a people she did not know before. Precision and accuracy. Yeah. The next question. What is the difference between Beersheba and Bathsheba? CASA.
Please, Beersheba is a well. Well means well of 7. But Bathsheba is a city.
That's incorrect. GHAMSU.
So Beersheba was a well, and
Okay, so please, Beersheba was a well also named after one of the largest towns in Israel, and Bathsheba was a wife. She was a wife of Uriah, and David took her as his wife. Bathsheba was a wife of Uriah, whom David laid with and took her as a.
Not very precise. AGCM, you want to try? Okay. So Beersheba was a city, not a well. The next answer was right. Bathsheba was the wife of Uriah the Hittite. The next question. In Ephesians chapter 1, verses 15 to 20, Paul narrates several prayer points he had been praying for the church in Ephesus. Mention any 3 of them. Okay, so the right answers. That the eyes of their understanding will be enlightened, that they may know the hope of his calling, that they may know the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints. The next question. In Capernaum, a man ran to Jesus and pleaded with him to heal his servant, who was paralyzed. GHAMSU.
Okay, so in Capernaum, there's the only miracle that was recorded in the book of John, not in the other synoptic gospels. In Capernaum, a man was centurion reached out to Jesus along the way. So he pleaded with Jesus. So he met Jesus. Jesus told him that he should go on his way and his son will be healed. So he believed the word of Jesus, went home, and when he went, he asked of the time that the miracle happened, and it was around the 7th time. And asked of the time that this.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll not accept it. In Capernaum, a man ran to Jesus and pleaded with him to heal his servant, who was paralyzed at home and dreadfully tormented. Who was this man? And what ensued between Jesus and him? CASA.
He was a centurion, and also he has a great faith. He knows the authority of Jesus. He knows how Jesus' word is. So Jesus, when after telling Jesus about his situation, Jesus told him he will be going to his house to heal, but he said no. He told Jesus that no, but he knows that he's a man with authority. Jesus has power, and then his word is so there is power in his word. So he should command, and it will go. Because for him, he's also a man under authority. He says to someone, go here, they go, come, they come. So because of that, Jesus saw that the man was faithful, and then he told him that he should go. He should go. His faith, because of his faith, the servant is healed.
Yeah, that's the next question. How many provinces in total did King Ahasuerus reign? GHAMSU.
King Ahasuerus reigned in 127 provinces, and he organized a banquet for all his noblemen and official men, which lasted for 150 days. So continue for another 7.
I'm sorry. So I continue. How many provinces in total did King Ahasuerus reign over? And what was the span? CASA.
That is 127 from India to Ethiopia.
That's correct. What is the meaning of the Hebrew word chalak? Audience, any idea? Yes, please. That's correct. Okay. The next question. As exact as possible, quote the text in 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 11. Okay. My beautiful audience. For no other foundation can anyone lay than that which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. The next question. Where exactly was Rahab's house located at the time the spies from the camp of Israel entered her home? Okay, so the right answer is on the city wall. Mention the 3 signs God gave Moses to show the people. GHAMSU.
The first sign was, he told Moses to put his staff down and to take it again. And he put his staff down, it turned into a snake. He told him to take it back, and it turned into a rod. And the second sign, he told him to put his hand in his pocket, in his bosom. Yeah, so he told him to put his hand in his bosom, and when he took it, was leprous. So, and God told him to put it back and became well. And the third one is that he told him to fetch the Nile River to pour it down. When they pour it down, it will turn to blood.
That's correct. The next question. What is the actual name of the place which the Amorites called Senir? Senir. Okay, so the right answer is Hemon. The next question. Narrate as exact as possible how Jesus executed the healing of the blind man in Mark 8. Okay, the answer. Jesus took the blind man and led him out of the town. He spat on his eyes and laid hands on him and asked him if he saw anything. The man said he saw men as trees walking. Jesus then laid his hands on him the second time and asked him to look up, and he was restored and he saw everyone clearly. That is the answer. The next question. In the early parts of 2 Samuel, a supposed Gentile died a foolish death. Who was this man, and why could his death be deemed as foolish? Okay. The answer. The man was an Amalekite, or the son of a stranger who was an Amalekite. It is said to be a foolish death because he did not kill Saul, but came to tell that he had killed Saul, perhaps seeking for glory in the eyes of David. But unfortunately, David instructed his men to kill him for killing God's anointed, who was Saul. The next question. Which type of offering was required to be seasoned with salt? GHAMSU.
So, the grain offering.
That's correct. The next question. When Paul and Silas first arrived in Philippi, they had their own lodging place. How did they end up in the house of Lydia? GHAMSU.
Okay, so they ended up at the house of Lydia because Lydia was the first woman they spoke to who believed in Jesus Christ. And so she came to them and told them that if they found she has been found worthy in their eyes, then they should come and dwell in her house. So because of that, they left and went to dwell in her house.
That's correct. The next question. Pick the odd one out and explain fully the reason for your choice. Jonathan, Eliphaz, Bildad, Zophar. AGCM.
Jonathan, because the rest are the friends of Job.
That's correct. The next question. Mention 3 indicators the priest used in examining whether a person was suffering from an old leprosy or not. CASA.
And please, there's a yellow hair on the spot. There's a yellow hair like on the spot, and also the skin becomes deep than the rest of the other skin, and also the place becomes whitish.
That's not very precise. So the answer: the presence of a white swelling in the skin, the transformation of the hairs on the skin into white, the appearance of raw flesh in the swelling. The next question. The following sequence of places tell a story. Mention A, which story the sequence tells, and B, which book in the Bible this story is found. Arabia, Damascus, Jerusalem, Syria, Cilicia. AGCM.
The journey of Paul in the book of Acts.
Incorrect. The sequence tells Paul's initial journey as narrated by himself after he received his call from God. AGCM got that right, but the book is Galatians, not Acts. All right. The next question. Mention any 3 notable differences between the Matthew and Luke accounts of the genealogy of Jesus. GHAMSU.
1. Matthew traces Jesus to Abraham, but for Luke, he traces Jesus to Adam. Also, for Matthew, he uses 42 generations, but for Luke, he uses 77. And for Matthew, he uses there are some also there are some names in Luke that are not actually found in the Old Testament. That's the Torah. But for Matthew, all the names that he uses are found in the Torah.
That's correct. Okay. The next question. Complete the following statements with precision and accuracy. Nehemiah 8 verse 10. NKJV says, "Then he said to them, go your way." AGCM.
And he said to them, go your way, make merry, let your hearts rejoice, and do not be sad, for the joy of the Lord is your strength.
That's correct. And that brings us to the end of round 2.
The National Bible Quiz and Sweet Music in partnership with Sunny TV, Sunny FM and Bible Society of Ghana present the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship. Come watch 27 churches from 3 universities battle their way through the quarterfinals, semi-finals and grand finale for the ultimate biblical scholarship and trophy. Who wins the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship? Date Monday 4th to Saturday 9th September 2023. Venue Kofidra Conference Room, University of Ghana. Come cheer your church to victory.
Welcome to Sweet Music, your home of original musical instruments at the most affordable prices. Drum sets, keyboards, pianos, bass and guitar.
The National Bible Quiz and Sweet Music in partnership with Sunny TV, Sunny FM and Bible Society of Ghana present the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship. Come watch 27 churches from 3 universities battle their way through the quarterfinals, semi-finals and grand finale for the ultimate biblical scholarship and trophy. Who wins the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship? Date Monday 4th to Saturday 9th September 2023. Venue Kofidra Conference Room, University of Ghana. Come cheer your church to victory.
So before I mention the scores at the end of round 2, AGCM has made a substitution. Let's meet her.
I'm Sichope Abena Agoswachu.
Sichope, you're welcome. Okay, so at the end of round 2, AGCM accumulated 16 points. CASA accumulated 17 points. And GHAMSU accumulated 25 points. Okay. This leads us to the 3rd round. The tests of the day. In this round, all teams are presented with the same test, and you have 4 minutes to present your victorious answers on the whiteboards provided. 10 points are at stake. Best wishes to you all. You may turn over your sheets and let's read together.
The National Bible Quiz and Sweet Music in partnership with Sunny TV, Sunny FM and Bible Society of Ghana present the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship. Come watch 27 churches from 3 universities battle their way through the quarterfinals, semi-finals and grand finale for the ultimate biblical scholarship and trophy. Who wins the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship? Date Monday 4th to Saturday 9th September 2023. Venue Kofidra Conference Room, University of Ghana. Come cheer your church to victory.
Our contestants have presented their solutions to the test of the day. But before we go through their answers, let's see what was expected of them. So, the test of the day spoke about the salvation of Cornelius and his home, and it can be found in Acts chapter 10 and 11. These were the expected answers. In the first Caesarea, Cornelius sees a vision which asks him to send for Peter, who was residing in Joppa. At Joppa, Cornelius's men arrive in the house of Peter. The second Caesarea, Peter and some brethren and Cornelius's men arrive in the house of Cornelius in Caesarea. And a possible mention of the things that happened when Peter got there. In the third Caesarea, they could have said things like preaching, receiving the Holy Spirit, speaking in tongues, and being baptized in water happened. And at Jerusalem, Peter goes to Jerusalem, where those of the circumcision contend with him for going to the Gentiles. Based on this solution, AGCM would have 2 points out of 10. And GHAMSU would have 2 points out of 10 because one correct answer gives 2 points. And then CASA would have nothing at all. And so, at the end of round 3, CASA accumulated 17 points. AGCM accumulated 18 points. And GHAMSU accumulated 27 points. Round 4, true or false? In this round, I will be making statements to each team, and you are to tell whether the statement is true or false. A correct answer is worth 2 points. An incorrect answer will result in a deduction of 1 point. A team can decide not to answer their question, at which point it may be passed on to the next team, which rings their bell first. Same rules on points and deductions apply to a passed on question. Best wishes to you all. The very first set of questions. CASA. Jehoiada was 18 years old when he became king and ruled for only 3 months, 10 days. True or false?
True.
That's incorrect. GHAMSU. Jehoiakim was a priest who died at the age of 130 years. True or false?
False.
That's correct. AGCM. Jehoshaphat was a king who had 6 sons and was buried in the city of David when he died. True or false?
False.
That's incorrect. CASA. Consider the list of names below. Hushim, Hushim. Oholiab, Oholiab. Ahiezer, Ahiezer. And Samson. There is no odd one out because all these persons were from the tribe of Dan. True or false?
True.
That's correct. GHAMSU. Consider the list of names below. Anna, Paul, Jeremiah, Ehud. There is no odd one out because all these persons were from the tribe of Benjamin. True or false?
False.
That's correct. AGCM. Consider the list of names below. Gideon, Gamaliel, the son of Pedazah, Gilead, Bezalel. There is no odd one out because all these persons were from the tribe of Manasseh. True or false?
False.
That's correct. CASA. The name Apollos is mentioned in the book of Acts, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, and Titus. True or false?
False.
That's correct. GHAMSU. The name Priscilla is mentioned in the book of Acts, Romans, 1 and 2 Corinthians, and in all instances her husband was also mentioned. True or false?
False.
That's correct. AGCM. It is recorded in the book of Romans that Priscilla and Aquila had a church in their house. True or false?
False.
That's correct. CASA. The scripture says, "What is man that thou art mindful of him, or the son of man that thou visitest him?" can be found in the book of Hebrews. True or false?
False.
Incorrect. GHAMSU. The scripture text, "What is man that you should exalt him, that you should set your hearts on him, that you should visit him every morning," can be found in the book of Job. True or false?
False.
Incorrect. AGCM. The scripture text, "What is man that thou art mindful of him, and the son of man that thou visitest him," can be found in the Psalms. True or false?
True.
That's correct. Indicates whether the following statements are true or false concerning the notable miracles Jesus performed. The preamble was to all teams. CASA. The healing of the nobleman's son, the healing of Peter's mother-in-law, and the healing of the centurion's paralyzed servant all happened in Capernaum. True or false?
True.
That's correct. GHAMSU. The healing of the paralytic who was let down from the roof, the healing of the man with withered hands which happened on a Sabbath day, and the raising of Jairus' daughter back to life all happened in Capernaum. True or false?
False.
Incorrect. AGCM. The healing of the two blind men, the healing of the man who was unable to speak, as well as miraculous temple tax in a fish's mouth, all happened in Capernaum. True or false?
False.
Incorrect. CASA. By the time Naomi and Ruth arrived in Bethlehem, it was at the end of the barley harvest. True or false?
False.
That's correct. GHAMSU. Elimelech, Mahlon, and Chilion all died in the land of Moab. True or false?
True.
That's correct. AGCM. The relative of Elimelech, who was closer to him than Boaz, who was given the first option to redeem Elimelech's land and Ruth, was called Uzziphera. True or false?
False.
That's correct. CASA. In the building of the tabernacle of Moses, the people gave so much until it was more than needed, until they were restrained from giving any further. True or false?
True.
That's correct. GHAMSU. In the building of Solomon's temple, the people gave so much until it was more than needed, until David restrained everyone from giving any further. True or false?
False.
That's correct. AGCM. In the rebuilding of the temple after the Babylonian exile. The people gave so much gold and silver for the replacement of the vessels of the temple until they were restrained from giving any further. True or false? Okay, GHAMSU.
So it's false.
That's correct. The last set for this round. CASA. The altar of incense was to be atoned for once every year by applying the blood of the sin offering of atonement on its horns. True or false?
False.
Incorrect. GHAMSU. The people of Israel were banned from formulating anything like the composition of the holy anointing oil for their personal use. True or false?
False.
Incorrect. AGCM. The people of Israel were banned from formulating anything like the composition of the incense for their personal use. True or false?
True.
That's correct. And that brings us to the end of round 4.
Welcome to Sweet Music, your home of original musical instruments at the most affordable prices. Drum sets, keyboards, piano.
The end of round 4, CASA accumulated 24 points. AGCM also accumulated 24 points. And GHAMSU is leading with 35 points. Round 5. In this round, there are 4 riddles. A set of clues will be read out to all teams on each riddle, and you have to draw my attention on your readiness to answer by ringing your bell. Let's hear the bells of each team. GHAMSU. AGCM. Amazing. The first to answer rightly wins the points for that riddle. A riddle solved on the first clue is worth 5 points. A riddle solved on the second clue is worth 4 points. A riddle solved on the third or any other number of clues is worth 3 points. If a team wrongly answers a riddle, you will be out of that particular riddle until the next. Best wishes to you all. The first riddle. My name has something to do with addition. I wasn't a firstborn, yet my name is found amongst those who carried the birthright. CASA.
That is Jacob.
Incorrect. AGCM.
Joseph.
That's correct. 4 points. 4 points. The next riddle. I am a type of Sabbath. I am measured in years. My violation was one of the reasons why Israel went into captivity. I was to be observed in every 7-year cycle. My purpose was to give cultivated fields a chance both to rest and return vital nutrients to the soil, allowing it to produce bountifully for a longer time. Who am I? CASA.
Grain offering.
Incorrect. GHAMSU.
High Sabbath.
No, please, that's incorrect. AGCM. Okay, all right. So the right answer is the Sabbath of the land, or land Sabbath. The third riddle. I am a notable chapter in one of the gospel books. I am laden with 7 parables of the kingdom, including what has been described elsewhere as the parable of all parables. The parable of the living, the dragnet, the pearl of great GHAMSU.
Matthew chapter 13.
That's correct. Correct for 3 points. The fourth and final riddle for today's contest. I am an underground shaft containing water, considered as one of the most authentic sites in modern-day Israel. Although I have been around for over 2,000 years, records about me in the Gospel of John confirm my identity as the same old cistern, and even so, because mankind doesn't get moved around ever. I am located at a place where Jacob purchased from Shechem, GHAMSU.
The National Bible Quiz and Sweet Music in partnership with Sunny TV, Sunny FM and Bible Society of Ghana present the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship. Come watch 27 churches from 3 universities battle their way through the quarterfinals, semifinals and grand finale for the ultimate biblical scholarship and trophy. Who wins the 2023 National Bible Quiz Championship? Date Monday 4th to Saturday 9th September 2023. Venue Kofidra Conference Room, University of Ghana. Come cheer your church to victory.
So at the end of this contest, CASA UCC accumulated 24 points. AGCM LEGON accumulated 28 points. Brethren of the Lord leading this contest is GHAMSU with 41 points. Okay. Congratulations to you all. Congratulations to you all. You've done amazingly well. This contest has been one of a kind. You've done well. Congratulations. And to you, our viewers, thank you yet again for staying with us in this contest. We believe you had fun and you've learned a lot. This program was brought to you by the National Bible Quiz Project in partnership with the Bible Society of Ghana and Sunny TV. It was proudly sponsored by Sweet Music Pro Audio, Vessel Reinsurance Brokers, and the 75th Anniversary Secretariat of the University of Ghana. Do join us again when we bring you the 4th quarterfinal of the season. My name is Believe Cite, and I am your quiz mistress. Bye.